Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, how much are you truly worth? It's a question that can stir up a storm of emotions. In a world that often equates worth with material success, social status, or physical appearance, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that your value is tied to these external factors. We're told that the car we drive, the clothes we wear, the size of our bank account, or the number of social media followers we have are measures of our worth. But what if all these measures are just illusions, mere smoke and mirrors distracting us from our true value? What if the essence of our worth lies not in what we have or how we look, but in who we are at our core? In our capacity to love, to learn, to grow, to create, to endure, to dream, and to make a difference in the world? Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers a different perspective. Originating from Athens in the 3rd century BC, Stoicism is a philosophy of personal ethics informed by its system of logic and its views on the natural world. It is a school of thought that champions the belief that virtue, the highest form of excellence, is sufficient for happiness. In the hustle and bustle of modern times, Stoicism holds a beacon of relevance. It encourages us to focus on what we can control, our attitudes, perceptions, and actions, and to let go of what we can't, the unpredictability of life itself. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, but rather understanding and managing them in a way that supports our well-being. Most importantly, Stoicism provides a framework for identifying and appreciating our intrinsic value, separate from material wealth or societal status. Stoicism teaches us that our true worth lies within, unaffected by external circumstances. Let's dive into the Stoic viewpoint on self-worth. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, holds self-worth in high regard and encourages us to recognize our intrinsic value. This perspective is beautifully captured in the words of the renowned Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who said, "Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars and see yourself running with them." To the Stoics, our self-worth is intrinsic. It's not dependent on external factors such as wealth, status, or physical appearance. Rather, it is rooted in our virtues, our ability to reason, and our capacity to act with integrity and courage. Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized this with his quote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This emphasis on self-reliance is another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to control our perceptions, judgments, and reactions to the world around us. We may not be able to control external events, but we can control our responses to them. This idea is encapsulated in the words of Seneca, another esteemed Stoic philosopher, who stated, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Stoicism also encourages us to cultivate inner strength. It asks us to acknowledge our emotions but not to be swayed by them. Instead, we should strive to act according to our rational nature and our highest ideals. This is not to say that Stoics are emotionless, but rather that they believe in having a disciplined emotional life, where emotions are guided by wisdom and reason. In essence, Stoicism teaches us that our self-worth is not determined by how others perceive us or by what we own, but by the virtues we embody and the ethical actions we take. It encourages us to seek validation from within, to be self-reliant, and to build our inner strength. As you can see, Stoicism encourages us to look inward for our value, not outward. So, how do we start embracing our intrinsic value, you may ask? Well, the path to embracing our inherent worth begins with our mindset, and Stoic philosophy provides us with practical tools to cultivate it. Firstly, practice mindfulness. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about the future, we should concentrate on the here and now. This doesn't mean we ignore our past or future, but we don't let them consume us. This can be as straightforward as taking 5 minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breathing, allowing thoughts to come and go without judgment. Next, focus on personal growth. Stoics believed in the power of continuous learning and self-improvement. They saw every experience, good or bad, as an opportunity to learn and grow. So, take some time to reflect on your experiences. What have they taught you? How have they shaped you? Then, challenge negative self-perceptions. Stoics understood that our thoughts and beliefs about ourselves directly influence our feelings and actions. If we think negatively about ourselves, it can lead to self-doubt and hinder our progress. So when negative thoughts creep in, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought based on fact, or is it just my perception? Remember, you have the power to change your thoughts and, by extension, your feelings and actions. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Stoics taught that we should treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer to others. We are often our own harshest critics, but self-criticism can be detrimental to our self-worth. Instead, when you stumble or fall, offer yourself words of encouragement and support. Remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. They are stepping stones on the path to growth. By integrating these Stoic practices into our daily lives, we can start to see our true value, separate from external validation or material success. It's not an easy task, but it's one worth undertaking. Remember, embracing your intrinsic value is a journey, not a destination. To wrap up, let's revisit the main points of our discussion. We delved into the question of self-worth, probing deeper than surface-level affirmations. We introduced Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes inner peace over external validation. We explored Stoic teachings on self-worth, underscoring how they encourage us to view our worth as inherent and unchanging. One key takeaway is that our value is not dictated by external circumstances or opinions, but by our own perception and moral integrity. We then discussed how to embrace your intrinsic value through practical steps inspired by Stoic philosophy. These included fostering self-awareness, practicing self-acceptance, and nurturing resilience. By consistently applying these practices, we can cultivate a healthy sense of self-worth that remains unwavering in the face of life's ups and downs. So remember, your worth is not in the hands of others, but in your own. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. With that, we've come to the end of our exploration of Stoic self-worth. We've journeyed through ancient philosophies, delved into the profound teachings of Stoicism, and discovered how to embrace our intrinsic value. We hope this has inspired you to reflect deeply on your own self-worth and to consider how these teachings could shape your perspective on life. As you move forward, remember to carry these insights with you. Reflect on them during your quiet moments. Implement the suggested exercises in your daily life and observe the changes. You'll find that with time, you'll not only understand your worth but also learn to value yourself more. The journey to self-discovery and personal growth is never-ending, and we're glad to walk this path with you. So let's continue exploring, learning, and growing together. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into Stoicism and personal growth. Until next time, remember, you are worth more than you could ever imagine.